Okay, this is Brett. We're here today with Christina Marks, who's going to be fighting this Friday, June 26th, at the Commerce Casino for Badbeat 16. Christina, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
All right, everything going good with your training?
Yeah, everything's going really well. Besides for the weight cut, I'm kind of struggling, but it's going well.
Yeah, we're a week out from the fight, so it's the toughest part of the
I know.
job.
Yeah, the last 10 pounds are seeming like the worst right now.
This is your first time going down to flyweight, when 125. How's it going?
Yeah. Not as easy as I thought it would be. Only reason why I thought it would be easier just because I got to 135 pretty easy. So I was like, well, hey, if that came down pretty easy, I should another 10 pounds or so. Shouldn't be so hard. Oh, no, it's pretty hard, especially since I walk around 150 pounds. And I'm not like a big, like, I'm like just all muscle 150. It's not like a fat 150. So it was just hard to tell my muscles just to go away.
Well, that's a big percentage difference too, from 35 to 25. If you because you're lowering your mass body percentage, so that last 10% is going to be twice as hard, or not the last 10
Right.
pounds is going to be twice as hard as to get to 35.
Right. And I'm 5'7", so.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So how you balancing your training, your family, weight cut, all this stuff? How do you balance your daily life in this world?
Recently, well, I got like a planner because I need to actually write down stuff because I've been so busy. Because I'm obviously one of the trainers and coach for the UFC gyms out here. I have a 7-year-old that's in every sport, and I'm actually holding my first event, smoker event, for little kids tomorrow. So I'm getting ready for all that. So it's been a lot, and training kids is not easy. Especially when one of them is your kid. So he thinks he gets a little. I'm actually giving him the toughest opponent. So yeah.
But anyway, so you're coming up on Bad Beat 16. You're fighting Jessica Pryor. Uh, what do you know about her? What do you think your advantages are in coming to this fight with her?
Well, she was at the last fight. I was there, the one I fought the last time for you guys. She was there, and I did see that fight. I don't. I've seen some of it. I know it was by decision she won. But I do know she's maybe a black belt in Taekwondo, I believe. And I know she likes to do a little snappy kick. You know those little what they do in the front. Um, that's what I call a little snappy kick. And I know this is going to be her second pro fight. That's all. I mean, she's still relatively new, so that's all I really know about her. My advantages are, I know I probably got height on her. I'm definitely going to be bigger than her. This is probably one of the reasons why I wanted to drop down to 125 to try to see what it feels like to be the bigger girl because I'm normally the smaller one. What else do I have? This is going to be my 14th pro fight. So, so I definitely have that. For me, I know what it feels like to be in the cage. I'm not worried about it. I've always been in the main card, so that has nothing to do with it. So I'm focused, and it was so crazy because I know kind of like talked to her outside of the fight world, and she seems really cool. But I've never wanted to destroy someone so bad. And I think it's because of the weight cut. And it has nothing to do with her at all. I'm the one that chose to come down to 125, but I want to just kill someone, and she's the person that I feel like it's going to happen to.
Your weight cut raging.
Yeah. And honestly, I think, and on a personal note, I fought for this fight on a personal note, so I know I want this fight more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowing me personally, knowing what's going on with this fight for you, I understand that. Anyways, that's cool though. It's interesting how you say the weight cut's making you more angry because you're depleting yourself of everything. So under the BAMMA banner, you've gone against some pretty tough opponents, Melanie LaCroix and Sarah Del Leo, and obviously we know Sarah's no joke. Uh,
Right.
each fight brought a different wrinkle of difficulty for you to face. What did you learn? What did you take away from those experiences with those two ladies?
Well, with the first one, I learned that what did I learn on that one? I think I should have pulled the trigger a little bit more. Even though I won that fight. I feel like I should have pulled the trigger just a little bit more. I was so cautious on being tired and her being heavy, and I was just so cautious of that, and I didn't want to just lose that momentum. So I didn't pull the trigger where I wanted to, even though I got the win. On the second one, I need to. I definitely know. I know I'm a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. I'm obviously really good in Muay Thai. I need to work on most. I would say my wrestling because I didn't see that takedown when she took me down. It was so quick that I didn't even see it. So that's what I've been working on a lot now. Is just seeing those takedowns more. And yeah, that's what I took from both of them. No one really stands and throws punches with me, so I'm actually hoping that Jessica will want to do that. That will be kind of fun. Uh, but usually, if someone takes me to the ground, like my last fight, she got that W.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. Well, so you're 1-1. Yeah, you'll get back there.
Yeah.
Um, this being your third appearance at the BAMMA cage and your third fight in 10 months, how does it feel to be fighting consistently for an organization, for our organization?
I absolutely love it. I love beating. Before I was fought with you guys. What was it in? What was the first one? Maybe September, October, one of those times. I forgot when it was.
September, I think,
Right.
2014 or.
Right. And prior to that, it was like a whole year waiting. Yeah, so I didn't. It was a good thing and bad thing. I switched camps, but I definitely like being more in that rhythm. It, especially your guys' venue is amazing. It's, when it starts on, you guys start on time, and I love that's one thing. And I'm so punctual myself, and so all my friends are like, "Well, you know, it doesn't really." I'm like, "No, you're gonna get there. You have to get there on time because you guys start on time." So you guys are definitely a great organization. So I really like fighting for you guys.
Um, you're one of the more experienced fighters that's stepping in the cage on June 26th. This is the first time BAMMA's had 4 female fights on the card, 4 professional female fights on the card. What does that mean to you as a female fighter when you see the growth of females fighting more and more in the professional atmosphere?
I think it's amazing. When I started 7 years ago, it was hard to get fights, honestly. You were fighting maybe someone from another gym that you've seen already, and it was really, really hard. And to know that more females are starting to train and get into it, it's great. And to know that we're starting to be appreciated and looked at that way is even more amazing. And I think a lot of times, a lot of the female fights are more entertaining than the guys. There is no stopping with us. It's always go, go, go. So I definitely think it's amazing, and there'll be more fights. And I think that we dominate a little bit more than the guys. I think we're more entertaining, especially when you look at the UFC headlines. Anytime when Ronda fights, that's a big crowd, and they sell out all the time, more than sometimes than the male fighters. So I think it's amazing.
Yeah, well, she is definitely an amazing fighter, that's for sure. Excuse me. Well, you kind of answered my next question. My next question to you was going to be actually what do you think separates you from the women division versus the men division? If you want to recant a little bit more, or
What separates, yeah. What separates us is just that it's always. I think for the most part, we respect the other opponent. You never see that much hate towards each other. But also that we actually bring a better crowd a lot of times, and I think we're more entertaining than the guys as well. Not even that we're technical, I think we're meaner as well. We really out there want to kill the other person, so that's what we bring.
no, it's definitely a different. It's a different vibe. It's a different. The energy is different in the room. That's one thing I love about the fights. You get the energy in that room. That ballroom is small but functional, and that energy in that room just builds up, and you can feel the intensity. And when the ladies come out, people get more in tune. They're like I feel like they're focused more on the fight.
Yeah.
So no, I agree with you. It's definitely, and it's awesome that we're getting more female fights as we grow. I mean, we got 4 out of 13 fights are female fights.
Right.
And come October, we're even looking to have more than 4 on the October 2nd fight. But so tell us where your fans can follow you, how they find you. How do they contribute to you your world.
Anyone can follow me on my Instagram, which is just Tina Marks, and as well as on my Facebook, just Christina Marks, and I post videos, anything that's coming up, and everything on there. So they can follow me on there.
All right, all right. Okay, I got a question for you. Be First Clothing is once again sponsoring the Knockout and Submission of the Night bonuses. As a fighter, what does that have? What does that have to? As a fighter, what does that mean to you as companies like this support you guys in this kind of atmosphere? You know, more of a the knockout or submission night. What does that mean to you as a fighter? And how do you like companies like Be First Clothing doing stuff like that?
I think that's great. It gives fighters an incentive to like maybe put on more of a show or really get that knockout. I think it's great to have any organization or anyone supporting fighters to actually get other sponsors or get that little extra, change in your pocket is always great. So thanks to them.
All right. Any shout outs to any sponsors, family, coaches, anyone you want like to who helped got you ready, any of that stuff?
Yeah, well, first, shout out to my Muay Thai coach over at Art of Eight, Calvin. I always say I think he's trying to kill me. In every fight camp, he gets me better and better. And I'm not even someone that swears a lot, but when I'm training with him, I swear I'm just cussing him down. So, but he's always pointing to one of the belts in there, and he's like, one of those belts could be yours. And he believes in me. When someone believes in you that much, it makes you believe in yourself more. So, big shout out to him and the family and at Alliance, all the girls and everyone helping me there. Shout out to Lonely Wolf Clothing. They sponsor me as well as Work or Don't Eat. They're a good organization. They go around to high schools and other places, local places to say you got to work and work hard unless you don't eat. So it's a great organization that I am happy to be a part of. So shout out to all of them.
Christina Marks fighting Jessica Pryor June 26th at Commerce Casino. They're going to bring it. They leave it on the cage. Can't go wrong with a female fight, right?
Yeah, never.
All right, Christina, it's always a pleasure talking to you. I'll see you at weigh-ins, your favorite day of the year.
I know. I can't wait.